Red Kangaroo. The red kangaroo is the largest marsupial on Earth and the biggest living kangaroo species. Adult males, known as boomers, can stand over 1.8 meters, 6 feet, tall, weigh up to 90 kilograms, and are easily recognized by their reddish-brown fur. Females, often called flyers, are much smaller and usually have bluish-gray coats. They are found across the vast deserts, shrublands, and open grasslands of central and western Australia, where temperatures regularly exceed 40 degrees Celsius. Built for life in the outback, the red kangaroo has incredibly powerful hind legs and a long muscular tail that acts as both a counterbalance and a fifth limb when moving slowly. A single hop can cover nearly 9 meters or 30 feet, while top speeds can exceed 60 kilometers per hour. Remarkably, hopping becomes more energy efficient as speed increases, allowing these animals to travel long distances in search of food and water. Red kangaroos are herbivores that feed mainly on grasses and flowering plants. During severe droughts, they can survive for weeks without drinking, obtaining most of their water from vegetation. To stay cool, they rest during the hottest hours of the day, seek shade, and lick their forearms so evaporation cools the blood flowing beneath the skin. One of their most extraordinary adaptations is embryonic diapause, where a female can pause the development of an embryo until environmental conditions improve or her current joey leaves the pouch. This reproductive strategy allows populations to recover quickly after rainfall returns to the desert. Eastern Grey Kangaroo. The eastern grey kangaroo is one of Australia's most recognizable native animals and the species most commonly encountered by people. It ranges from northeastern Queensland through New South Wales and Victoria to southeastern South Australia, and is also widespread across Tasmania. Unlike the red kangaroo, it prefers forests, woodlands, coastal heath, and open grassy plains with dependable rainfall and abundant vegetation. Its dense gray coat provides excellent camouflage among eucalyptus forests, while its large ears constantly rotate to detect approaching danger. Eastern greys are highly social and usually live in mobs that can range from fewer than 10 animals to well over 100 where food is plentiful. Living in groups provides extra protection because many pairs of eyes can watch for predators while others feed. Adult males compete for dominance by standing upright, grappling with their forelegs, and delivering powerful kicks using both hind feet while balancing on their tails. These contests determine breeding rights, but usually end without serious injury. Eastern grey kangaroos feed mostly on grasses, but will also browse leaves and shrubs when necessary. Their constant grazing helps shape Australian grasslands and promotes fresh plant growth. Females raise a single joey in the pouch for about 8 months before it gradually begins exploring outside while continuing to nurse for several more months. Like all kangaroos, newborn joeys are tiny, hairless, and blind, weighing less than 1 gram when they crawl unaided into the pouch shortly after birth. Western Grey Kangaroo. The Western Grey Kangaroo occupies much of southern and western Australia, including Western Australia, South Australia, parts of Victoria, and southern New South Wales. Although it closely resembles the eastern grey kangaroo, it generally has darker gray-brown fur, a stockier build, and darker facial features. Some people jokingly describe it as having a distinctive curry-like smell, giving rise to the nickname stinker. This species prefers open woodlands, scrublands, mallee forests, and areas with scattered eucalyptus trees. It spends the hottest part of the day resting in shade before emerging during the late afternoon, evening, and night to feed. Their diet consists mainly of grasses, herbs, and low-growing vegetation. Western grey kangaroos are powerful athletes. Adult males can exceed 50 kilograms and engage in dramatic boxing contests during the breeding season. They balance on their tails while striking with their forearms before launching powerful double-footed kicks. Their muscular tail is so strong that it supports much of the animal's body weight during these encounters. Despite habitat changes caused by agriculture and human settlement, Western grey kangaroos remain widespread and abundant. They have adapted well to modified landscapes and often graze on farmland where fresh grass is available. Antilopine Kangaroo. The Antilopine Kangaroo is the northernmost of Australia's large kangaroos and is specially adapted to tropical environments. It lives across the tropical savannas of the Northern Territory, northern Queensland, and the Kimberley region of Western Australia. Early European settlers thought its slim body, long legs, and graceful movements resembled those of African antelopes, leading to its unusual name. Adult males develop rich reddish-orange coats, while females remain mostly gray throughout life. During the wet season, when grasses grow rapidly, hundreds of antilopine kangaroos may gather into large feeding groups across the open plains. As the dry season advances and vegetation becomes scarce, these herds gradually disperse while searching for greener feeding areas. Unlike desert kangaroos that survive with little water, antilopine kangaroos depend more heavily on seasonal rainfall and nutritious grasses. They are exceptionally fast runners and jumpers, allowing them to cover great distances across the tropical landscape. Their excellent eyesight helps them detect predators such as dingoes from far away in the open savanna. Breeding is closely linked to seasonal conditions, ensuring that joeys are born when food is most abundant. Their ability to take advantage of Australia's tropical wet and dry climate has allowed them to dominate the northern grasslands. Common Wallaroo. The common wallaroo, often known as the Euro in many inland regions, is the most widespread wallaroo species and one of Australia's hardiest marsupials. It occurs across almost the entire Australian mainland, especially in rocky hills, mountain ranges, escarpments, and rugged outcrops where steep terrain discourages larger kangaroo species. Compared with the tall, lightly built kangaroos, the common wallaroo has a shorter, heavily muscled body with thick shoulders and powerful forearms. This sturdy build makes it an excellent climber capable of navigating rocky slopes, narrow ledges, and boulder fields with remarkable agility. Coat color varies greatly, depending on location. Some populations are dark charcoal gray while others are reddish-brown, allowing them to blend into the surrounding rocks. During the hottest part of the day, they shelter beneath overhangs, inside caves, or among large boulders before emerging at dusk to graze on grasses, shrubs, leaves, and herbs. Common wallaroos are generally more solitary than gray kangaroos and often live alone or in small groups. Males establish territories and compete during the breeding season, using many of the same boxing techniques seen in larger kangaroos. Their ability to survive in rugged country with limited food and water makes them one of Australia's most resilient marsupials. Black Wallaroo. The Black Wallaroo is Australia's rarest large kangaroo and one of its least known marsupials. It is found only within the sandstone escarpments of Arnhem Land in the Northern Territory, making its distribution one of the smallest of any large macropod. Because its habitat is remote and difficult to access, relatively few people have ever seen one in the wild. Male black wallaroos are unmistakable, with dark chocolate brown to almost jet black fur highlighted by pale facial markings and lighter patches on the shoulders. Females are much smaller and have grayish-brown coats, creating one of the greatest differences in appearance between males and females of any kangaroo species. This species is perfectly adapted for life among steep cliffs and broken rock formations. Its compact body, muscular limbs, and excellent balance allow it to leap confidently across rocky ledges that would challenge many other large mammals. Black wallaroos usually live alone or in very small groups and are extremely cautious, often disappearing into rocky shelter at the first sign of danger. They feed on grasses, herbs, shrubs, and other vegetation growing among the sandstone plateaus. Their dark coloration provides outstanding camouflage in the deep shade of cliff faces, making them surprisingly difficult to spot even when nearby. Because they occupy such a restricted range, black wallaroos are of particular scientific interest, and protecting the unique Arnhem Land ecosystem is essential for their long-term survival.